I was asked to make a tutorial on how I made these little spoon flower barrettes. These are made out of plastic spoons and they're pretty easy to do. So I'm going to start with this style. As you can see, little barrette and spoon, the two that I made, and I'm going to make another one and show you how. What you will need is you'll need a candle. You'll need 8 spoons of the color that you choose to make your flower with. I'm going to do a light pink rose, and you'll need 2 green spoons to simulate the leaves, and you'll need, of course, a barrette and something to light your candle with, and some crafting scissors or whatever. Alright, so let's get started. What you want to do is you're going to want to heat your spoons over the candle. You don't want your spoon too close to the candle, because if you get it too close it could catch on fire or get some black scorch marks. And you can see if you can see, it's starting to bend. It's heating up. This takes some time and you got to be careful because this is going to get really hot. So try not to burn yourself too badly when you're doing this. Okay, with this one I'll need to make the center. Since it's hot and warm enough, I'm going to pinch it together. If you can see, this is going to be the center of my rose. Of course, it wasn't a very good demonstration now, was it? But if you could tell, I heated it up and I pinched it together to form the center of my rose. And then right here you're wanting to heat this section because this is where we're going to pull it apart. So you just keep it above the flame and let it heat up, and it'll bend when it's ready. You can see the spoon bending, so I'm going to flip it over and now just pull it off, and that's all there is to it, to separating the spoon end from the stick. We don't need that. So this is going to be the center of our flower, if you can see, and it's really hot. So now we're going to have to start forming our petals. So we're going to start, I'm going to heat it up, heat the spoon up, and this is really dumb. This is really bad on the camera. It doesn't really show it too well, does it? So once our spoon is heated up, now I'm going to somewhat form it to make a petal shape. I'm going to curl it a little bit, and I'm going to just kind of fit it to see if I'm going to like the way it's going to turn out. And I want the bend and the top to bend a little bit, so I'm going to reheat it again and move it a bit. And then I'm going to heat up the neck of it to take it apart. Flip it on. Alright, so now you got your 2 pieces. You're going to want to get the ends to warm up the ends, so the ends will start melting a bit, because you're going to want to join the 2 together. And then once they are, stick them. And once they cool, you'll have 2 pieces. Kind of might want to roll it a little bit on the table. And got your start of your flower. You can see. Now I'm going to do the next petal. Alright, now we're going to heat up this side because this is the part we're going to join to our bud. Alright. Kind of push it down on the table to kind of help it squish together. Be careful because it is hot. And as you can see, we're starting to form the rose. Now you basically put the remainder of your 5 more, 5 more spoons. You want to melt them and form your petal shapes and go around your flower and try to overlap the seams. So the next one I do, I'm going to end up putting it, overlap the seams. So you just continue building onto your flower until this part is done. Okay, this one didn't quite melt enough, so I'm going to hold it over the flame to help it seal a little bit better. Alright, so there's my flower. It's got 8 spoons. Now to make your leaves, it's pretty much the same as the petals by melting them. The only difference is I try to pull it a little bit more to make it a little bit more pointier. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Pick what side you want your leaves to be on, and then attach your leaves. Push it in a little bit. Of course it's hot, so be careful. Alright, so there's my finished rose right there. Now take your barrette, and we're going to use the end of the spoon where we use for a leaf. I'm going to heat up, got to heat up one end at a time. This takes a while because this plastic part of the spoon is thicker and it takes a longer time. Alright, you can see it's starting to melt. Alright, it's starting to curl, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it, if you could see, put it into the curl and push it down onto my barrette. Now it's not exactly completely heated up, so I'm going to have to heat up some more of this. we're going to form the plastic around the barrette. Now it's hot, so be careful. I'm going to use my edge of my table. I'm too slow to do this on the camera for you. I'm sorry. Heat it up again. Alright. I'm going to push it in. And let this cool. Ooh. Now, if you can see, there is, ooh, where's the camera? There it is. You can see this little gap there. We don't want that. So, we're going to heat up the plastic some more. And we're going to form the plastic around the barrette. Because we don't want that gap. I'm going to use the table to push it down so the plastic is going to start pushing and forming with the barrette. As you can see, it's a lot better. Alright. And now I've got to do the other side. Gotta warm up the other side. This takes a bit of practice. It's not easy even for me to do this. The way I'm doing it is kind of not that easy. Now sometimes it could be too long, so you would have to cut it off with the scissors, but I guess I won't have to this time around. So I'm going to push it down and bend it over itself, over the little part. Alright, and if you can see, the plastic melted it and bent it over the edge of the barrettes. Now this side is actually a little loose, so I'm going to reheat this side and kind of melt the plastic onto each other so the barrette is completely stable. Right. Ooh, it's hot. Alright. So now my barrette is covered in the plastic spoon, the handle of the spoon. So now we're going to affix this to the hair barrette. And how I'm going to do that is, all I do is heat this side over the candle, kind of holding it as you're doing it. We're going to just push it down onto the barrette and kind of hold it into place. And there you go. It is now on the barrette. And you have a barrette rose made out of plastic spoons.